What's up, everybody? How's it going? Thank you for joining. Welcome, welcome in. Hope you are all doing okay. It's old guy ADD here. I'm going to play Mario 2, the original on Nintendo with no rewind. What's up, Spazzington? How's it going, dude? Welcome in, brother. Go. Open up the avatars before I forget. What's up, Shadow Man? Sunday fun day. How's it going, man? Oh gosh. I've been meaning to start that Disney Dreamlight Valley game, but every time I start a stream and then I or not Dreamlight Valley, fuck that game. But I've been meaning to do the Disney Speedster, and like I didn't even think about it today, and now that I see you I'm like, oh shit, I fucking said I would do that. I'm being real honest, man. I've been very busy today. Today's been very stressful with kids, so like immediately my mind went to like calming retro. I can't play something that I don't know, like when I'm stressed or frustrated about things. So I have to play things that, like, you know, I'm more familiar with, so I don't get frustrated as easy when I'm playing. Lucas has been on one today, man. He's getting into Mario 64 and he's getting into video games. But he's just screaming and whining every single time he loses in a game. And he gets to the point where he starts like crying and walking around with a Switch asking everybody to beat the game for him. We're trying to teach him, you know, you gotta learn, you gotta fail to learn. No! And then, hey, it's time to go pee-pee on the potty. Can't have your Switch back unless you go pee-pee on the potty. No! Need to brush your teeth at night. Gotta brush your teeth to keep your teeth clean. Can't have your Switch back until you brush your teeth. No! Just constant fights about everything, and I'm frustrated to the max. I am most definitely like frustrated to my max right now. So sorry if you don't get the best me today, but I'm trying. My son Eli was just screaming at an excavator because he was trying to put things in the excavator, and every time he would try to put things in the excavator, what he would put in the loading part would be too heavy for the excavator, and so it would fall forward. So he would stand up his excavator, he would put the shovel piece forward, and, you know, like make it to where it's like this, to where it could hold dirt or something, and then he would put like 4 or 5 Legos in it and it would fall forward, and he would just scream bloody murder. And he did that like 4 or 5 times, and so finally I just had to take away, you know, he's too young to explain to him it's too front heavy, you know, it's not gonna hold. He doesn't understand that. So the only thing he understands is take away the toy, replace the toy with something different. So I was able to take away that toy. He cried for a minute, but then I was able to give him 2 monster trucks that he just got for Christmas, and then I also gave him a large toddler fidget spinner. So he's very happy now, but man, it was like, gosh, I can only handle so much baby screaming throughout the day, man, before I start going nuts. Thank you for the stars, Alvin. Appreciate you guys. Man, I tell you what, I am good. What's up, John? Who knows? How you doing? So I needless to say, I am super duper frustrated. It's been a long day. So anyway, if I vent a little bit today, I apologize. I need some coffee, man. I need some motherfucking coffee, like right now. I am not always the greatest dad, but I appreciate you, John. Hold on, or Sean. You're building your game collection with some Japanese retros. That's cool. Coffee does sound good. Here we go. So I'm probably gonna do about an hour and a half this afternoon, and then we're gonna get going. We're gonna go to Red Robin, and we're gonna go to Barnes and Noble for the sale. Not exactly, so it doesn't exactly sound fun to me. I'm not a big Barnes and Noble fan, but it sounds fun to other people in the family. Yeah, Red Robin should be fun. I don't mind Barnes and Noble. I'm just not the biggest, like, I don't know. It's just a big store, and all the toys are super expensive. Everything in Barnes and Noble is typically like pricey. I guess it's decent. They're doing the sale today, so that'll be okay. But their kids' toys are cool, but they're all like, you know, scientific sets or, you know, big buildable Lego sets, or, you know, it's not exactly great. Like, they don't have they have some like knickknacks and stuff like that, and small toys, Hot Wheels for the kids, and this and that. Yeah, I love a bonsai burger, man. You don't care for Barnes and Noble either, Sean? Yeah, it's just more of a, you know, you going to next paycheck, you going to pick up the Mr. Ballin book. Mr. Ballin's awesome. Hey Ray, what's going on, man? How's it going? I'm gonna charge my phone while I can. I always feel pretty silly when I get done streaming and I'm sitting here next to a charger the whole time and I didn't charge my phone. How am I? Oh man, let's skip that today. I am maxed on my patience today. My kids keep screaming and throwing fits. It's been fit after fit after fit today. So I'm gonna have some coffee, do a little gaming, and then thank you, Alvin, for the 100 stars. I need to reset the star goal here. So, what Japanese games are you buying? Yeah, the Japanese counterparts are usually cheaper. You know, you're just not gonna have Chrono Trigger on Super Famicom is gonna be hard to play though. You do realize that's not gonna be translated at all. Like, unless you can read Japanese, you're going to be, you know, that's why the American counterpart is so much more expensive and the Japanese counterpart is cheaper, because, you know, the people in the US want, you know, you know, they want the translated, you know, they want it to be translated and localized. Translation and localization. You guys know the difference between translation and localization? Took me a long time to understand the difference between translation and localization. If you don't know the difference, you're not dumb. It's just something you may not know yet. Translation, of course. I know you understand, John. That's awesome, dude. If you don't understand, though, there's no shame in saying, no, I don't know what that is. So translation is, of course, taking text and turning English. Localization is changing things that make sense to the region, like taking all the Japanese flags and making them American flags, taking all the, you know, cultural stuff and changing it from one culture to another, essentially, making it make sense for the region. Here we go. All right. Real quick here, while I have a second, I'm going to update these stars and the super chats. Big thanks again to Justin, Kelly, and a few other people getting us to crazy heights on the super chats yesterday. I see these stream avatars are in a weird place, so let me go ahead and fix that. Here we go. All right, let's see here. Thank you, Alvin, for getting us to the first 100 stars of the day. Good sir, appreciate you. And then we're resetting the super chats. Back to 0. And that is okay. It's the beginning of the day. Here we go. All right, we are back to 0. Thanks so much for all the support, everybody. I think I'm going to take the warp in the fourth area on this game today for once. I rarely ever take the warps in the game, but I'm probably going to keep this stream on the shorter side so we can get going. I just wanted to do a stream before we left because doing a stream oftentimes calms me down because I get to sit here and think and talk and get things off my chest. And so in a way, streaming can sometimes be sort of a therapy for me to get my head back where it needs to be the dad, you know, to be able to be patient and kind and, you know, like not flip out or whatever. So, you know, there's no instruction manual on this game called life, you know, or being a dad or being a parent. Thanks so much, Michael Wallace, for the like and the share. Appreciate you, dude. You know what sucks is that I really like playing Mario 64, but that game streams like dog shit. And I really wish it didn't. I could have sworn I just unalived the mask, but it was the Sparky thing. Forget its name. Andy Watson knows its name. Here we go. Like I said, I hardly ever warp in the 4th level, but I'm going to this time. Interesting. You can defeat Phanto with star power in the GBA version. Excellent. That's weird. You know what's funny is when I was a kid, I could have sworn that I unalived the key with that I unalived the mask with a key. Like, I could have sworn I did it. Like, I could swear to you up and down that I was playing this game one time as a kid and totally did that. I could hardly make it anywhere as a kid in this game. It's so funny that they didn't give us lost levels because they thought it was too hard, yet they give us this game? This game is hard as fuck, man. Seriously. Like, I know some people are going to come in here and say, oh, this game isn't that hard. Whoa. Whatever. I could beat this game in an hour. It's fucking tough. So for those who leave a comment later saying this game isn't that hard, you know, fuck you. It is. And it's only when you get good at it is when it's obviously not that hard because you've practiced, you know? What's up, Justin? This game is kind of a maze in places. It's completely different from the original Mario to where there's no, you know, you actually have to pick up enemies this time. This was hard as a kid, and even as an adult, I've tried it over and over. Yeah, it's a tough game. When I first started streaming, I would quit once I reached this level. Like, once I reached the 3rd level, I was like, I can't go any further in this game. I can't beat it. This game is not super easy, Skeptic. You're only saying that to be a troll. And if you think this game is super easy, it's because you've beaten this.
Let's get it ADD. Flexed biceps emoji. Cool face emoji.
If you think this game is super easy, then you're trolling. And you can say you're not trolling, but you are. This game is far from super easy. Mr. ADD, is this Super Mario 3? No. No, this is Super Mario Brothers 2, good sir. This is definitely not the easiest Mario of the trilogy, that's for sure. You might think that because you probably had it as a kid and this is the one you played the most. Yeah. But, you know, if that is your opinion, then, you know, I can't tell you that you're, you know, incorrect. You know, if that's your opinion, that's your opinion. But I do definitely believe that this is the hardest of the 3. Mario 3 went back to your traditional Mario. I'm late 90s. I don't know much of N64 and before. Hey, what's up, Andy Watson? This game might be easy to some people, but this game was actually really, really difficult. And Lucas is just arguing about everything. Crying and arguing about everything. I think this is the point that Aaron Kalnick was going through a few months ago, where he was having so much trouble with this kid. Can I elaborate on what I find very tough about Mario 2? I think the levels can be confusing if you don't know the game. I think that it is when I was a kid, and even still, it is the enemies are very aggressive. They will, they will pounce on you very easily. You don't have any way to fight back other than like plants and stuff like that. You have to physically grab the enemies and toss them at them, so it's a different mechanic than the original Mario. I think the bosses are more difficult than the original. Rather than just stomping on them, you have to find an item and throw them at them. Let's see here. Having to find the keys and running from the mask that is seemingly invincible. The levels were maze-like as a kid to me. Here comes this guy trying to tell me that everything I'm saying is wrong, though. Let's hear it. When it's my opinion, and just like earlier when someone said their opinion, I said, well, I disagree, but you know, it's your opinion. So if you want, like, that doesn't make you wrong. It just makes me, makes us have difference in opinion. So if I think this game is difficult, that's my opinion, and a good majority of people's as well. So, but if you don't think this game is easy, then that's your opinion, and a good majority of people's as well. It doesn't, either way. I'm just expressing my opinion, but I'm also saying it's funny that they didn't give us Lost levels because it was seemingly too difficult, but then they gave us this one that is just as difficult as Lost levels. And having played Lost levels, like many times, I've beaten Lost levels. Lost levels is still more difficult than this, but this game is really difficult for when I was a kid. There's definitely a lot more to this game than Mario 1, for sure. I get that, but you also said anyone who doesn't find this game super hard is simply... No, I didn't say that. I said, if you're let's see here. I told Moses that he was trolling because I could tell that he was trolling. There are people who will troll and say the opposite of what I'm saying, just to say the opposite of what I'm saying, no matter what it is. I could say that poop is stinky. And then there's going to be someone who comes in and says, well, not all poop is stinky, just to say it. Been streaming for 8 years. So what I'm saying is there's always going to be someone who comes in saying the opposite, just to say the opposite, just to rile you up. I've been streaming for 8 years. I've seen, and I haven't ever taken a break. I've been consistently streaming for 8 years. No breaks. None of this. It's too hard. I need to take a break. I'll be back. Ooh, I'm making a big comeback bullshit. No, I've been streaming for 8 years solid. With no break. So I've definitely seen the gamut of the bullshit. Food smells like roses. No, there's definitely things that you can probably eat to make your poop stinky, but that is unnatural. To make your poop not stinky, but that's unnatural. Like things like supplements or something that you can take. And I've even smelled, like the other day, my son had a poop the other day. I'm like, man, this is like, why does this poop smell stinky and sweet at the same time? But I would say I'm an expert in poop. I change lots of diapers. Anyway. No, this game is really difficult, man. Like having to pick up the bombs and throw the bombs and set them in an area to where the enemy would be hit. That's way more difficult than a Mario 1 boss. Mario 1, all you have to do is run under Koopa or hit him with 5 fireballs and you're in. You know, anything in Mario 3, all you have to do is pounce on them 3 times, and you're in. You know, this game had 4 different characters with 4 different physics. You know, Toad's super fast with a short jump. Peach floats with a you know, they all have different pickup speeds. Like, Luigi doesn't pick up things that fast. There's different nuances to this game. Yep, everybody knows this game was originally Doki Doki Panic. That is Nicholas Andrew Fraser, you're awesome, but I will say every single time I play this game, someone mentions that it was Doki Doki Panic. Like, I don't think I can play this game without someone mentioning that this was once Doki Doki Panic. It's just like when I was playing, when the Sonic movie was coming out, I actually quit playing. This game was still not as big as Mario 1 or even Mario 3. This game is actually bigger than Mario 1. Mario 1, it may have 32 levels, but each level can be beaten in about a minute. I can beat Mario 1, the full game, in 32 minutes. So this game may only have 22 levels. Doki Doki Panic was definitely tougher, but they couldn't release the game with the same difficulty as Doki Doki Panic. No, this game may only have 22 levels. Essentially, like Mario 1 on paper is bigger, 22 levels versus, you know, 32 levels. Oh no, popularity wise. Oh no, you're right. No, this game is the shunned Mario. There's no hostility. I'm having conversation, and I even explained when I came on my stream that I was already super frustrated. So yeah, I'm hostile today. I explained that on my stream you were here for that. I was like, man, I'm having a rough fucking day. I got 5 kids. This is my therapy at times. I am most definitely like fucking frustrated today. Kids, you know, like Eli has been screaming like crazy. Lucas has been screaming like crazy. Lucas is in like a super whiny mode. Eli is in the worst of the terrible twos right now. Yeah. No. Like I am frustrated today. I've been admitting that all day.
My jumping.
But you know, Moses, you are a big fan of poking the bear. Fuck! And what I said was, I'm not going to pay attention to the trolley comments that come in saying this game is easy just because I said it was hard. Do I ever speedrun games? Does that answer your question? I mean, so my channel is all about retro gaming and for the most part fun. You know, I'm human. I stream every day. Some days I'm frustrated. Today I'm frustrated. But yeah, you know, I forgot, and so I'm glad I unalived. You're right, Moses. You're right, Spazzington. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica Ward. I appreciate you. Jessica Ward supports the stream all the time. And I appreciate it so much. Fuck. Fuck. All right, here we go. I don't like the no, your question was great. Just do I ever speedrun? I didn't have any problem with your question. I was just joking around. I was being sarcastic when I died. I was like, does that answer your question? Just being sarcastic, being silly. You know, in my frustration, I could still find moments to be silly. ADD, just breathe. We are here for you. Do you need to sing a song? I feel pretty, so pretty. Thank you, Ray. No, your question was fine, and I was actually getting ready to answer it. Thank you, Ray. Basically, every single time I play a game, I am working towards a goal of, yeah, I rarely ever warp in this game. I always try to beat this game in about an hour. Thank you so much, Ray. I am brain farting. Every time I play a game, I'm trying to beat it as fast as I can and with few deaths as possible, of course, because I realize that's going to be one of the most entertaining factors of the stream. But I also do play games that I'm bad at. I don't mind playing games that I'm, you know, shit at. You're awesome, Ray. So, you know, I don't mind playing a game terribly on screen. This game takes me about 3 hours to finish. Let's see here. I am also putting the newest song on the site. Oh, I got a new one for you too, actually. Did I? Oh, I sent you that new one. That's going to be on the site actually, and not on the. Did I take the warp? Oh, I did. Okay, cool. I'm on 6-1. All right. Yeah, I my stream is 100% focused on having fun. If I'm not having fun, you know, then I'm not. The minute I stop having fun doing this, you said you've been streaming for 8 years or so, so I just figured with mostly playing a lot of retro games, you'd try your hand at speedrunning them. Yeah, that was a good question. I focus more on like running games without dying, you know. Running games without dying. Speedrunning does get a lot of eyeballs, but also too, not for everybody. Speedrunning gets a lot of eyeballs for a very finite amount of people. A lot of other people who sit and try to speedrun sit there with 0 people because not a lot of people like to see someone grind to get to that point. Typically the people who speedrun were already that good at that game and they focus on that game. You know, people who speedrun, you know, they don't typically stream every single day. I am on every single day 3 times a day. I'm more of a show, you know, like I'm not just, you know, a game streamer. I provide, you know, variety and entertainment and, you know, all sorts of different games. So I've never played the same game long enough to get super duper good at it. Yeah, it's casual gaming. Casual gaming with, you know, there's some games I take very seriously. Variety. You know, I mean, I'm a casual gamer, but also at the same time, you know, I'm pretty good at the games I play. You know, I can beat Mega Man 1 through 5. I can almost beat 6. I can beat Mega Man X. I can beat Mega Man X1. I'm always trying to be like the best I can at a game, but at the same time, I just don't take it too seriously. You know, if I fuck up this run right now and game over, I'm going to move on to the next game and not think about this game anymore. I may not have a ton of eyeballs on the stream, but I have a ton of people who support the stream, which is amazing. I've been, like I said, I've been doing this full time for 6 years, and I have an amazing group of people who, you know, I don't know, probably about 1,000 returning people to the stream or more, and then I have about 100-ish people who, you know, support the stream monetarily throughout the month, every month, growing and reducing every day. You know, if someone leaves, someone stays. I don't know, you know. It's a hard thing to do full time, but it's also a fun thing to do full time. Hey, Mark Popolizio, welcome in. Tommy Kerwin, what's going on, buddy? You know, like I often keep a time of how long it. Are you kidding me? That just game over. Fuck you, game. I did not feel like having to repeat any levels. Since I died there on 6-3, I would have had to do 6-1 and 6-2 all over again, and I just don't got time for that today. I don't have the patience. So But we still played Mario 3 for about 45 minutes. I'm a full-time variety streamer, but I wouldn't exactly call myself a casual gamer. I don't think a casual gamer plays games 45 hours a week or more. So I'm not a casual gamer. Like this game I've beaten 318 times without dying, and I'm working on a new no death run every time. This is one game for 6 years that I've been playing to perfect. I'm not a streamer, obviously, but what you do, you think separates from the folks that but what do you think separates the folks who do it full time and make decent enough money versus like millionaire streamers? I don't have blue hair and I don't play Fortnite. I think a lot of it's luck. You know, a lot of people who play full time are, you know, playing Call of Duty all the time with nothing but kids watching, you know, and then those kids still generate, you know, a ton of views, which generate a ton of ad revenue, which ad revenue pays a lot. That's not the case for every streamer, but that certainly is the case for a lot. You have a lot of, you know, very attractive female streamers who stream with a lot of simps who watch. You know, and then you also have a lot of people with just raw talent, you know, raw talent Call of Duty players who are amazing, who people really enjoy watching. I don't know. It's all speculation. It's all speculation. I don't know. I feel like I'm being interviewed. And I appreciate the questions, but you know, that's a good question though. I mean, your question's very fair. I answered it the best I could. Whether you like the answer or not is subjective. I'm your simp. Grrr. Thanks, Dan. Hey, wait, you know, yeah. I think there's a lot of really good content creators out there with amazing production quality that do really well. I refuse to play Fortnite and dye my hair blue. No, you're funny though. No, I feel like that's giving in to the evil of streaming. I simp for ADD, says Ray. Let's see here. I deep dive into my metrics every day. No matter how much you deep dive into your metrics, you can't control what you enjoy playing and what you don't enjoy playing. And one thing I will never do is I will never play something I don't enjoy for views. I will put me out here and I will put the games that I like and I will play the games that I like, and the people who like me will show up and the people who don't will also show up, you know, will not. Another thing too is I think another thing that has to do with is I'm older. I have a very niche audience. I'm not going to have 20 and 30 year. I might attract a few, you know, 20-year-olds, but I don't attract kids to my stream. You know, I don't have a lot of kids, and kids make up a big majority of YouTube watchers, and you know, kids still watch commercials and they help big creators with all their ad revenue, you know. But also, you know, but like I said, there's also some amazing streamers out there with just raw talent, you know. But I will, you know, I have a niche audience. What's funny though is I do have a bigger audience for my short videos. Like for my short videos, I'm reaching 500,000 people. You know, I'm reaching, like if I go to Facebook right now, and look at my analytics, I mean, my total views for my channel, you know, I'm getting, you know, on my short videos, I'm getting 671,000 views. My reach is up 200 and something fucking percent. You can't see it right now because there we go. You know, I'm estimating about $2,000 in revenue. You know, I have 500, you know, my followers are going up, so I'm not doing bad. I mean, I'm making about, you know, I make generally anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 and, you know, in donations on, you know, in revenue and everything between ads and stuff. I have decent sized reach on my short videos. You know, I'm reaching 500,000 people on my short videos, but on my live content like this is a lot harder to reach out. But on my short form videos, I'm reaching a lot of people. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but has your channel grown year over year? If so, keep doing what you're doing, obviously, especially if, yeah, my channel has grown year over year. Yes. What do you mean sometimes you gotta play the market? That doesn't make sense. And then, you know, on YouTube, here's my YouTube analytics, you know, like I'm doing decent, you know, I have 30,000 views on my channel overall in the last 28 days. I have 90 plus subscribers, you know, I'm making almost $900, you know, in the channel right now, and I have 3.1K watch hours. You know, I'm not doing bad, but your whole play the market comment, that doesn't make sense. I think you're talking from a space of someone who unfortunately doesn't know what they're talking about. No offense. But I don't really need any advice from someone who hasn't done this for the last 8 years. Play the market as in give the people what they want. I do that. You don't know what you're talking about. You're judging my channel based off of 5 minutes of seeing it. Watch for a month and then tell me what you feel. Watch for 90 days and then tell me how you're feeling. If you don't like the channel, see you later. If you do like the channel, stick around. But don't come in here and judge my whole channel within 5 minutes. Sure, I understand, but that's not more or less asking questions, and I've been in business a long time too. What do you do for business, by the way? You didn't offend me, but I mean, if you've been watching for a month, then, you know, say something. You didn't offend me at all. I'm just answering, you know, and sometimes my answers may be a bit aggressive, you know, but also I'm focusing on a game. I'm reading a lot of other comments, and I'm kind of having to, you know, yeah. You own a mobile app company? Nice. Well, that's what's up. Hey, thank you so much, Joseph Neal. Appreciate you, dude. That's neat. Well, good luck with that. I sound offended? Well, maybe you sound offended. I think you're projecting. What do you think about that? Not gonna lie, it took me a few months to get used to you coming from RETV and over there reactions and style to more level controlled. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a few months to get used to you coming from RETV and their overreactions and style to a more level and controlled stream was great. I respectfully think that doesn't make much sense. I don't care I don't care if you think it doesn't make sense. It does. I'm literally just asking. Your questions are fine, but at the same time, like, you're kind of getting offended too, and I can tell by your context. There's no reason to. I don't think I'm saying anything that deems you being offended, but if you want to be offended, that's your right. Go right ahead. Thank you, Joseph Neal. Appreciate you, dude. How am I getting offended? You know? Because I have passion in my voice about what I'm talking about, and I'm telling you that I think you're judging my channel after only seeing it for 5 minutes. You seem offended, most definitely. Your text is very aggressive. Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate you, dude. You're kind of coming in here kind of trying to like psychoanalyze me. We are getting along. We're having a conversation. Conversations always aren't uncomfortable. You know what the great thing about free speech is? It's the speech that you don't like that needs to be protected. So right now, in the midst of this conversation, where we're actually having a conversation that's slightly uncomfortable, instead of saying, can't we all just get along, let's continue forward and figure out what's going on. I'm just asking questions about your channel. Your questions are fine, but at the same time, you know, you said you're asking me, has my channel grown over the year? If so, keep doing what you're doing. You know, then you also said, let's see, I didn't know if you ever did a deep dive with metrics, you know, but you're asking good questions, but at the same time, it's a little overwhelming. I'm not a streamer, obviously, but what do you think that separates you from folks that do it full time? You're asking kind of difficult questions. I'm trying to ask them the best I can. You know, there's nothing that you're asking that's wrong, but at the same time, I'm also playing a game and reading other people's comments, and I'm also kind of frustrated from events that have happened today, so I'm a little on edge. So it's nothing personal, but I don't think anyone really likes being told that they're, you know, this or that way or this way. I think everybody, nobody likes that. We all do it, but no one likes it. Anyway, how about just enjoy the Contra? You know, you lurk for a month and then you come in and you give me the third degree, you know? Come in and say hi. Don't try to break my business down. I'm just trying to stream, man. Trying to make it's the first step of doing this. You realize, you know, that there's 15 million people out there trying to make it streaming, and less than 2% make it. Yeah, you did. See, Jessica Ward right now thinks you're just being a douche canoe. I don't think you're being as jovial as you think you are with your comments. I think other people are taking, you know, your comments as kind of, you know, let's see. What did I tell you? Let me roll back through your comments. Let's see here. Okay, so first off, you were saying that, and you were trying to tell me that I was telling that anyone who doesn't think that Mario 2 is hard is trolling, and I was just calling out the people who might be, you know, coming in here to basically say it just to say it, because people do that. People will come in and they will say the opposite of what you're saying just to say it. Let's see here. Then you said you've been a streamer for 8 years. I just figured mostly playing a lot of the same retro games, you'd try your hand at speedrunning. Let's see. So that's fine. That was good. I didn't know if you ever deep dive into the metrics, the business side of it. I should dye my hair blue and play Fortnite. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. Has your channel grown over the last year? If so, keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, especially if the money's good. That's not a bad comment. Play the market as in get. See, you're playing the market comment kind of confused me, and that's where I got confused. But other than that, I haven't really been saying anything bad to your questions. I think I've been answering your questions pretty genuinely, and I think that you're kind of getting, like, anytime I say something that kind of is not exactly how you want me to respond, it seems like you kind of try to clap back at something that doesn't need to be clapped back at. Anyway, I'm done talking. I've answered a lot of your questions. If you want to have general conversation, stick around. But I'm done with this conversation. I'm going to focus on what's important, and that's the viewers who are enjoying the stream, who are supporting the channel like they do. And I'm getting my butt kicked at Contra because I can't focus. Okay, it play the game. What? Okay, it play the game. What are you talking about? Am I doing anything for New Year's? That YouTube account is 5 days old. I have a feeling it's a troll. Fair enough. Okay. I think my comment got lost in the discussion. I didn't think you were trying to be rude. I got what you were saying. I was in the midst of being heightened by Ron and my situation today outside of the stream. Shadow Man, I found nothing wrong with what you were saying. I just didn't understand what you were saying at first. Because your comment was a little confusing. You say, not gonna lie, it took me a few months to get used to you coming from RETV over there and their overreactions and style to a more level and controlled stream. I think that's a wonderful comment. I think you're saying that you like the calm level atmosphere here. See, it's the way you're saying things right here, right now. That's very condescending, Ron. The way you're asking things is condescending. You do realize that you can watch streams without an active account, right? Like, the you do realize thing, like what someone was just pointing out that your page is 5 days old and that you could possibly be a troll, which you do seem kind of trolly. I agree, ADD is one of the most calm and cool streamers. I just got called a douche canoe and a troll for having a week-old account. No, that's not why you got called a douche canoe and a troll. You got called a douche canoe because your questions are kind of a little on the matter-of-fact side and kind of a little on the rude side. Maybe a tiny, slight bit. I'm just saying how some people might perceive them. But yeah, welcome to the internet, dude. Are you that sensitive? Welcome to the internet. People are going to call names. People are going to, welcome to the internet. That's why we have ban buttons and unfollow buttons, and you're welcome to use it. This is why we don't let kids in the stream. Yeah. Yes, you are that sensitive. You are being that sensitive right now. You have been sensitive with my responses. All right, man, I'm getting my butt kicked by Contra here today. No, Shadow Man, I really appreciate your comments. I really do. I think your comment was great. But it's okay. I'm being a little sensitive today too. I will admit that today I have a case of what I like to call chat. What do I like to call it whenever I'm being sensitive? When I own that I'm being sensitive, because I own it when I'm being sensitive. What do I call it? Your questions were a bit intimidating. I won't lie, like your questions were like I felt like I was in a job interview. Your questions were very intimidating. Thank you. I'm such a dumbass sometimes. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know. ADD's little bitchitis. That's right. When I am having a rough day, I call myself out for it and I say I'm having little bitchitis. Your questions were a bit aggressive. I will say, like you think you're just asking normal business questions, but your line of questioning was very rapid fire. It was very rapid fire questions, almost kind of slightly antagonistic. So yeah, I mean there was a I don't think you realize how your questions may come across to someone else. So yeah, I mean your first question was what makes you think Mario 2 is harder than the other Marios? And I answered that the best I could, just ask him his age. See, that's the thing. I think I spend too much time trying to talk to people sometimes. Waste energy. Logan, welcome in. ADD's little bitchitis, that's right. What's up, Nicola Grasso? Thank you. I literally prefaced questions by saying I'm not. It doesn't matter if you say I'm not trying to be a dick. Just because you say no offense doesn't mean someone's not going to take offense. Just because you say I'm not trying to be a dick doesn't, that just means when you say, hey, I'm not trying to be a dick, but
poop emoji, poop emoji, poop emoji, poop emoji, fire emoji, donut emoji, toilet emoji, birthday cake emoji, man face farming emoji, ha 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 poop.
When you say I'm trying not to be a dick, you're basically saying, hey, get ready, I'm about to be a dick. Just don't get offended. That's really what you're saying. That's what that means. Hey, no offense, but I'm about ready to say something offensive. Hey, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm about to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm just saying the truth. So you were being a dick. I said it because I understand the question can be sensitive and can be right. You understand that the question can be sensitive, but then you ask me, why do I seem this way or that way? But now you're acknowledging that your question could be sensitive. So you got to understand when you ask the questions like that, when you ask rapid fire business questions to a streamer that you just went into, please do me a favor. Go into another full-time streamer and ask all those same questions and see how they react. I think I answered your questions pretty genuinely to the best of my ability. Okay, cool. But I'm also not entitled to answer any of your questions. But I did. I answered your questions to the best of my ability. So what is your problem? What is the problem? The problem is that I have a little bit of an attitude answering your questions. The problem is I have a little bit of an attitude. I have a fucking attitude today. That's just it. I have an attitude some days. And today I have an attitude. Yeah, I have 5 kids. I'm a very frustrated dad at times. Lots of other streamers would insta-ban you for business-related questions. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. 1000%. I think I was very kind in answering all of your questions. But I think also, too, it's none of your fucking business. So I think you should be happy that I was kind enough to answer your questions. Thank you for the stars, Jody. Go into a larger streamer's stream and ask them all those same questions. Hell yeah, Kyle Haley, welcome in. Fuck around and find out. Wrong gen to mess with. Well, he says he's in his 40s, but who knows? What's up, James Momotov? Thank you for all the stars, everybody. Appreciate you guys. That's cool, Kyle. Always nice to relax on a Sunday. Yes, it is. All right, I'm gonna beat this game this time. Ron, I can tell that you're not a bad guy. I can tell you're a nice guy. But I think your questions were, your line of questioning did come off as aggressive, whether you wanted to or not. Oh, okay. I just figured that since most streamers have public finances available, stars, donations, etc. on their stream, it would be kind of you, it would be kind of, you know, already out there. I mean, I answered your questions. What are you saying? What's your point? You didn't really, you just said a bunch of word salad there. I answered your questions. What are you defending? I answered all of your questions. I even showed you my analytics for both of my channels and was very open. What are you bitching about? Like, what the fuck? Like, I answered all your questions. But I'm telling you that your questions were very aggressive. Yeah, absolutely. We're telling you that other streamers would possibly ban you for asking about that. People don't put up their goals so people come in and ask them financial questions. They put up their goals so people help them obtain their goals. Not much. I'm a mucus maker at the moment. Cool, New Zealand. That's awesome. We have a lot of awesome New Zealand viewers. Our buddy, gosh, what's his name? I forget his name. He hasn't been around in a while. Hard to remember. Joseph Neal with 235 stars. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I forget our other New Zealand viewer name. Man, I can't remember. Thank you so much for the stars, you guys. Appreciate that. I mean, so in the way you were asking your questions, I'm just gonna tell you, your questions felt very interrogation-like. They really did. So I think if you ask, hey, thank you so much. If you ask people those questions as rapid fire as you did, I don't think you're going to get as kind of a response as you did from me, because I was very kind with my responses with you. I showed you my analytics for my channels. I answered all of your questions, and then you did nothing but bitch because I answered you a little bit in a heightened way. Fuck.
Welcome to the internet where you may get called names that builds character.
Right. Tony, welcome in. You can always change that. Yes, you bitched. Yes, absolutely. Bitching is another form of saying you're complaining. Are you gonna... Dude, seriously, I'm about ready to ban you. I'm about ready to hide you from the channel because you're causing me stress. And dude, all you've done is bottlenecked ADD's conversation by not letting it go and moving on, right? I don't have to sit here and specifically tell you where you bitch. No, I'm sorry. I don't owe you those specifics. Go back and read the comments yourself and deduce it for yourself. You can change your avatar by typing in !avatar. So !avatar, no space. But then after !avatar, put a space, and then type the name of the character you want. So like if you want to be Wolverine, you type in !avatar, space, Wolverine. Thank you so much, Jody. Avatar, Naruto. There you go. You got it. James Momotov is now Naruto. Love Naruto. Date bio. Like so. Like so. You will refer to me as such. Okay, such. That's one of my favorite Third Rock from the Sun jokes. I think I need to watch Third Rock from the Sun again. You guys remember that show? Okay, so once again, !avatar. Don't put a space between the exclamation point and the avatar, because that's the command that activates it, okay? And it has to be one word. !avatar. No space. But then, after the !avatar with no space, do a space. And then the name. You used to watch that with your parents? Such a great show. Yeah, Kelsey Grammer. The fucking genius. He's a genius. Ron, I can tell you're a nice guy, but just dial it back with the business question. So many in a row can be intimidating. I'm just going to tell you that. You know, when you come, when I didn't ask for a business analyst, and I don't need one. Oh, you're right. It was John Lithgow. I always get John Lithgow and Kelsey Grammer confused. They're kind of alike, right? No, you know why? Aren't I confusing that because they were both in Frasier? Is that why I'm confusing that? It was John Lithgow. You're right. You're absolutely right. And see, I don't get mad when I'm corrected. Take that into account when you're sitting there judging. I think there's other streamers out there who will get pissed about being corrected, and I do not. I do not mind being corrected. I will humbly concede that I was incorrect. So I'm not pompous. No, I couldn't get into that 80s show, any of those other ones. Kelsey Grammer and John Lithgow, unusual bedfellows. Let's see, hold on. Were John Lithgow and Kelsey Grammer in a show together? No. They do kind of look alike, though. Look at that. They kind of look similar. You know, they both have the wraparound hair. Yeah, they're both bald men. See, I'm glad I didn't ban you. I can tell you're a nice guy, but like, I don't like to ban. I don't like to ban if someone seems nice. If there's some humanity there, you know, just to understand that your questions could be a bit intimidating to someone else. Nothing wrong with your questions. It was just a very, very long string of business questions, which I'm not really in the mental state for right now, but I did my best to answer you because I think it's important to take the time and try to converse with new viewers. But yeah. Sometimes I come on here for my escape too. You know, my mental escape, which I very much need right now. Catch me in the afternoon on a Tuesday when everybody's when you know it's just me, and eventually, man, I tell you what, it's gonna be so nice when all my kids are in school and I get like just some time at home alone, man. All right, here we go. Thank you for the star barrage back there. I think you guys were trying to complete a star party, which is awesome. So cool. Thank you for trying to complete it. We made it to 835 stars today so far, and I'm very thankful for that. $4.70 in super chats. Thank you so much. Let's see, 835. Let me update this. Put us at level 2. Next level is 1,000. 835 is the stars that we're at now. I do not have Gandalf as a character, unfortunately. There are no Harry Potter avatars. I have downloaded so many avatars for you guys to be able to choose from that it told me that at one point it said, if you want any more avatars, you need to buy the 5, because the Stream Avatars program is $14.99, okay? And I downloaded so many avatars that it said you need to buy the $5 expansion for more memory for avatars. I said, okay, fine. And now I've downloaded so many avatars for you guys to be able to choose from to pick that it's telling me I need to join the Patreon in order to do that. So I'm gonna say once we reach 50 subs on Facebook, I'm going to join their Patreon and get more avatars. Holy hell, the amount of avatars. That's crazy. There are so many, good lord. Ron, I appreciate you just wanting to know. And I will tell you, if you want to know anything further, just go to my Discord and type your questions in the Ask Me Anything section. It'll give me more time to think about my answers and give you better answers, rather than giving you answers on a whim in the middle of my show, trying to read, you know, other comments and play a game. I mean, alone in an hour, we have 132 comments on Facebook, which is amazing. I'm very thankful for that. But at the same time, it's a lot. Damn! What was I thinking? Fuck! Alright. I don't have the mental capacity for Super C today. Ugh, that was stupid. I know what I did there. It's so stupid when I die in a way that I know I'm better than. Ugh! Alright, I'm gonna play Tetris and get out of here. We're gonna go to Barnes & Noble. The lady's gonna start picking out outfits for the kids here soon. Hey, take care, man. Have a good one. I'll be in a better mood later. I will have eaten. I will have probably napped. I will have probably rested. I wanted to get a show in before the day started and try to calm down after this crazy hectic afternoon that I had. Ah, man. Here we go. Huh. 80 is not itself without a Snickers. Man, I can go for a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. And I am hungry. I am ready for a bonsai burger. That was funny, Jody. Yeah, unfortunately Gandalf is not a selectable avatar. Oh, man, I tell you what, going places sometimes is even just such a huge chore, man. Like we're getting ready to go to Red Robin, but like we have to get 3 kids dressed and then pack diapers and then hope they don't. It's just a lot. Like, to go anywhere right now is just a lot. Yeah, I'm not that excited about going to Barnes & Noble. I don't really like it, but like my lady loves Barnes & Noble, so we're going there for her so she can, you know, take advantage of the 25% off sale. So thanks for all the support, because some of it's going towards books, probably. Appreciate you guys. The loss of physical bookstores is sad. Well, you know, I mean, people, you know, we do have quite a few physical bookstores still, but I agree with you that, you know, they are, I do miss, you know, magazines, game magazines and stuff like that. Let's see, had a sugar-free caramel pecan cluster. My body said no. Oh no. Oh no. How did your body react to that, James? Matthew! Oh, thank you!
What's up? I ate way too much the whole week.
Yeah, me too. Ah, yeah, Walden Books is gone, Borders is gone, you're right. That's true. But, you know, I guess around our area, like, I don't notice it because we still have Barnes & Noble, and we also have, Vintage Stock, which is a bookstore as well, which is V-Stock. And then, like, Walmart and Target still sell books. You know, Books A Million, yeah. But you're right. You know, you're not wrong, Ron. I would like to say that Ron is not, indeed not a douche canoe. I would like to personally retract that. Ron, I don't think you're a douche canoe. I think your questions just came along as a bit kind of intimidating because there were so many in a row. But yeah, anyway. It made you puke it up? Did not like the stevia? Oh no. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Barnes & Noble is extortion, extremely overpriced. I go to Half Price Books. Half Price Books is amazing. I love that store. Oh, snowstorm incoming here in 2 days. Uh-oh, are you getting ready? I heard about that. I heard there's gonna be like a whirlwind. It's gonna be like dumping snow. Like because of all the hot and the cold mixing together, and they're basically creating... Keep your snow, said Shadow Man. Too much stevia hurts your stomach? Thank you so much, Matthew, for the super chat, dude. Appreciate you so much, brother. You're awesome. Authors don't get residuals from Half Price Books, though. I mean... What are we supposed to do with the used books? Hey, look, brand new game. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with the resale market. You know, I think, I don't know. I think that's the same argument that Nintendo had with Blockbuster. You know, Nintendo didn't like that, you know, that Blockbuster or rental stores could keep making money on their games over and over again. But unfortunately, that's just the market, man. It is what it is. I like Half Price Books. It's a way for people to get books cheaper, and it's also a form of recycling. There you go. Half Price Books has decent prices on games too. Barnes & Noble is overpriced. Not saying it doesn't have a place, but making money on any creative pursuit is hard as it is. Fuck yeah, it is. But if it was hard, if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Everybody'd be doing it. Well, maybe books shouldn't be so dang expensive then. There would be fewer books published and sold at retail. Don't worry, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are buying books. You ever see that one Monty Python skit where it was like, I'd like to buy an argument today. Oh, how long of an argument would you want? Oh, maybe 5 minutes. You want 10. No, I don't. Your time started. Did you just want to go buy an argument today, Ron? They sell those at Monty Python's argument shop. What are you arguing about? Everything! You just argued about the residuals of half-price books, of books not going towards the creators. You're arguing about everything. It's okay. It's making for good conversation. But I was just, sorry. Some people don't like when you point out the obvious, I guess. It is what it is. Your conversation is not bad. I'm more or less being silly. You're taking it too seriously, Ron. I'm being silly. One thing that will get on my nerves eventually is someone who cannot take a joke. I can only handle so much of that. Tetris is where your anxiety started. Shit! Oh man, I didn't even know I was on level 14 until it started getting out of hand. Everyone, welcome to the Ministry of Arguments! Okay, it's 3:03 now. Even if I stop at 3:30, that'll still be early. That'll give my lady time to pick out outfits for the kids, and then I'll help them get ready. Let's see here. Gradius. The parrot joke was pretty good. Agreed. 3:04. Is that what your mom is? I'm just kidding, Thomas. There we go. Strong start. There we go, a little protection. Here we go. This game gives me anxiety, man. Not a bad start to the day, y'all. Almost $15 in donos. Thank you so much. Can we get to $25 in donos total between YouTube and Facebook before I end? That'd be amazing. Ron said, I'm gonna drop $20 for all my bullshit I caused ADD today. I'm just kidding, Ron. All the torment and heartache. Oh, I should have got the other option. Oh, well, I'll have to get it the next time. Oh, wait, nope, I messed up, so I can get it this time. Hey, whoa, Jody Spencer said, I got you. Morning goal completed. Jody Spencer with 1K stars, man. Holy shit, dude. Thank you, thank you.
Oh my good goobly woobly. 1,000 stars. Oh,
Jody Spencer has answered the call, man.
There you go, bro. 25 bucks completed.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Jody. Jody Spencer says, I got my stars back, biatch. Thank you so much, Jody. So epic of you. We're going to pin that until someone beats it. We'll pin it for 5 minutes. Man, incredible. Hashtag Jody from Shadow Man.
Hey, let him out.
Holy hell, James! Is Patrick Swayze still alive? No, sir. Unfortunately, Patrick Swayze has been dead now for over 10 years, 15 years, I think. Man, holy crap, James. Thank you so much, dude. Good Lord.
It's been brought.
This community, man, I swear. Thank you so much. Who's gonna match James?
Just
No, I'm
give it up,
kidding.
it's all.
Holy shit. Thank you so much, James and Jody. Holy shit biscuits, man. You guys said so many donuts, you just killed Piccolo. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. When did Patrick Swayze pass away? 2009,
Patrick
Jody.
Swayze died on September 14th, 2009, at the age of 57.
Wow, yeah, 2009, man. Yep, Patrick Swayze is gone, man, but not forgotten. Man, thank you so much, James and Jody and everybody. Good Lord. Thank you so much. Wow, man, gone too soon. So much talent, for real. Yeah, he was incredible, man. Have you guys seen Roadhouse? Have you guys seen the remake of Roadhouse? It is so good with Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, he absolutely does it justice. It is so good. And they also got, what's his name, the freaking crazy UFC fighter to be the bad guy in that movie. It was amazing. The remake is garbage? Horse shit. I'm sorry, but I completely disagree with your opinion. It's a good movie. Yeah, the original Roadhouse is great. I didn't say it was better, but man, really, really good. But you're allowed to think that, you know. I mean, you've disagreed with most things I've said this stream, so I wouldn't imagine that you would agree with me on that, you know. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, the you know, you're allowed to your opinion. I think there's people who aren't gonna like the remake of Roadhouse just because it's a remake, and that happens too. Man, thank you so much, you guys. Insane. Most remakes are trash, I agree. But the new Roadhouse movie was actually decent. Like, you're told anybody is allowed their opinion. And you know what? Maybe I'm one of the few who likes it. So be it. You know, that's gonna happen. You know, I was in that, I was one of the very few people who liked the game Two Worlds when it came out. You remember the game Two Worlds for Xbox 360? I really liked that game. Like, I realized it was garbage. Yeah, opinions vary, man. I'm not about to give someone crap for their opinion, you know. It is what it is. Maybe in friendly fun, you know. But yeah, the remake of Roadhouse was good. Unless you're being a douche. But I will totally give you crap for your opinion. Oh man, I had this when I was younger too, and I never understood how to play it when I was a kid. This will be the last game of the stream. Man, what an incredible Sunday afternoon stream. Thank you so much. Real quick, I'm going to update these stars. Puts us at 1835. Let me just add a 1. Hollywood is too afraid to make anything new. Too afraid to make anything new because it costs too much money, and one failure will destroy them as a company. Man, hold on just a second. I knew it felt stuffy in here. I knew it felt stuffy. It's 75 degrees in my house right now. And I was like, man, I know it feels hot in here right now. It's 72 degrees outside, 75 degrees inside. So I'm like, damn, I got to turn the AC to 69 at least. That could, you know, have something to do with, you know, being uncomfortable and not realizing it could have something to do with attitude. You know, maybe I just have a little bit of a bad attitude because I'm a little uncomfortable, you know, who knows? Man, you guys, thank you so much again for all the support there. Amazing.
Tower, this is Ghost Rider requesting a flyby.
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
That, and they might upset the Skittle hair people. Yeah, it could be. You know what the great thing is? It seems like nowadays people are giving less and less and less of a shit about upsetting them. Their power is diminishing. You know, it lasted a long time though. It's like a kid screaming, man. For a while they'll get what they want, but after a while you just stop giving a shit. Did you see MK12 was announced and the PlayStation up and coming releases sounds like it's gonna retcon MK1 and create split storylines? Huh. New 3DS XL owner coming in. Nice. 3DSs are going up in price like crazy, and I wonder why. Yeah, no, Thomas, you're in good company. Yeah, one thing they never should have done is participation trophies, man. I think losing... I spent most of my life losing, and it built character, and I'm stronger because of it, and I appreciate my wins more. Wins mean less when you win, even when you lose. Congratulations, Bobby, you got 17th place! Here's a trophy! You want a brownie? Don't worry. Don't worry. There's 6 people and there's 6 chairs in musical chairs, so no one's gonna lose. Shut up, bitch. Take one of those chairs away and let one of those kids fall on his bum, and then let him learn how to pick himself up and be strong. Does anybody ever watch that one guy who always tells people to get fucked? His name is Barnon. You might watch him. Funny, the 3DS came with a SD card and photos there to... What? Interesting. Well, you know what? You probably... Honestly, I would save those and see... God dang it! Save those and see if you can find the, you know, maybe track the people who did it, because obviously they were in the military. That's really cool. That probably kept them sane while they were in the military. All right. I don't have the patience for redoing everything in Jaws today. In Jaws, when you die, you lose your tracker and you lose half your shells. So I would have had to go back and get my tracker and then get all my shells back. And I just don't feel like dealing with all of that today. I don't have the mental capacity to play Jaws today. That game is very mentally demanding at times. Damn it. 6 chairs and musical chairs is crazy. When did they start doing that? Oh man, sometime around... I don't even know if they do that 100%. I was just joking, but it's... Hey, fair enough. I mean, you know, that's not a bad thing. You get an SD card with the system. Typically, people are going to delete it. You didn't do anything wrong. You did what most people would probably do. That's a lot of work to track someone down and this and that. But you know what? Just know that you're holding a 3DS that someone who fought for this country once held. That thing, you know, that thing, you know, possibly brought someone some entertainment in a very dark time in their life, you know? No! Yeah, that was Eli. Eli is always screaming about something. That boy screams professionally. He's a professional screamer. One day I think he's gonna be a metal singer one day. I had to pull out the dad voice. So I mute when I pull out the dad voice. Man, I am doing horrible at games right now. Oh man, okay, cool. Well, hey, I made it through that. I could still possibly win. He will be a voice actor for Dragon Ball. All they do is scream, right? Hey, Patrick Keller, welcome in, man. How are you? Army of Two was a great game, Jody. 4 years after I graduated high school, he said, for Patrick Swayze. Man, Jody, I can't tell you how nice it is to have you back on that starboard, buddy. Crazy.
Oh, I'm not in control.
We're going to Red Robin real soon, Lucas. Well, if you keep crying about it, we're not going to go. Okay, well then stop crying. Sadly, Princess Diana passed on my 18th birthday. That sucks. That's sad. I wish George Carlin was still with us. I'd love to see him rip these crybabies a new one. Oh, dude, the world could not handle George Carlin now. Seriously. George Carlin is rolling in his grave, man. He was amazing. Man. Some of his skits. The world needs George Carlin playing on a loudspeaker. What? All right, y'all, I have 7 more minutes left in the stream. Oh, Sam Kinison. Dude, I just heard a story about Sam Kinison the other day where he got into a really bad accident, and on the side of the road where he was passing away, he was like having a conversation with people in the afterlife or something as he was passing away, because the person who was with him when he was passing away said he was saying, I don't want to go, I have so many things I want to do, and then like his last words were okay. Like he was like, someone in the afterlife was telling him, hey, it's just your time, you know. This is such a classic, I agree. All right. I loved this game when I rented it as a kid. He was a preacher turned drunk turned comic with a mouth. Insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's a neat fact. So I have a new nightstand that I'm putting together when I get home. It's going to create more room in the room. And I'm also going to hang out a blackout curtain. So that way at night I can have my my light on and it won't affect my lady's ability to sleep. So I'm going to have a curtain in front of my area. But then I'm going to make it to where I can like open the curtain and stuff too. I'm going to put hooks in the ceiling. Small hooks. Look! Are you serious? I jumped! Oh my gosh, I can't win. I keep getting screwed by Donkey Kong. Big hairy ball sack. Had this game, not sure where it is. Now you're gonna find it. You'll be like, I must find Donkey Kong. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know the difference between this and Game B. That's a good question. On the original Donkey Kong on Nintendo, what is the difference between Game A and Game B?
Game B in the original Donkey Kong is a much harder version of Game A, starting you at a higher difficulty. It has faster barrels, fire, and elevator movements, offering an expert challenge right away, while Game A increases difficulty gradually.
What? So easy mode versus difficult mode, basically easy and difficult. Interesting. Most of us found out something new today. There we go. All right, so I guess I'll do Game B from now on after this. Why not? Yeah, I never knew that either. Never knew that. Man, thank you so much, you guys. Shit. There was something else I said I was going to play tonight, and I forget what it was. I can't do shit on these games today. I'm getting my butt kicked. All right, everybody. It is 3:30. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. But one thing you can count on is I will be back. I will be back. I will be playing Donkey Kong on Game B mode from now on. Take it easy, all one of you on Twitch. Yeah, Mario does look funny in this one, for sure. I agree. Take it easy, everybody, on YouTube. Have a good one, Ray. Have a good one, Kevin. Have a good one, James. Thank you for all the super chats today. Let's see here. Thank you again, Ray, Joseph, Matthew, and James for the super chats. James Momotov with 20, Matthew with 279, Joseph with 2, and Ray with 2. Thank you on YouTube. You guys take care. Thank you for always supporting so hard. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. See you tonight. By the way, Shadow Man, if I were to play Disney Speedstorm tonight, would you want to play? Maybe I'll start off with Darkwing Duck for Nintendo, build the audience, then we'll move into Disney Speedstorm. I'll do the tutorial and then try it out. I'd probably be on about 11, maybe start Disney Speedstorm about midnight. Salut, welcome in. Does that work for you if I were to start it around midnight? All right, awesome. Well, cool. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. We're doing Darkwing Duck and Disney Speedstorm tonight. It's free. Hey, Player Mako. Disney Speedstorm is free and crossplay on every platform. It is free and crossplay on every single platform. So get it to play, even just to play with us once a week if you want to. It's free. It's a free-to-play game. I don't do too many free-to-play games, but Kevin has mentioned it, that it's like a free Mario Kart. And I'm tired of regular Mario Kart, so let's try something different. There's like 10 characters to use off the bat. So take it easy, you guys. Have a good one over on Facebook.